Yo, what's up, peoples? Hip-hop family. Yeah, what's going on, folks? Yeah, so today I am bringing you another video. Just kind of bored, sitting around. Been shooting videos for my horror portion of my channel. And I thought, well, I've been neglecting this side of it so much, so I thought I would go to my idea book, and I have a bunch of things written down that I was, eventually going to do. And this was one of them, and I was like, you know what, perfect. They're all sitting right here, might as well just bring them out. Obviously the ranking of this can be changed around, maybe not in the top 5, but maybe even the top 5, I don't know. Ranking is just for entertainment value, really. It doesn't really mean that much. Anyways, with that said, this is just my personal top 20 movie soundtracks. And what I mean with soundtracks, not compilation albums. Like, these are actual movie soundtracks. Hip-hop related. Yeah, okay, I guess we'll get right into it. Number 20, I guess, is the Caught Up soundtrack. The movie's not too bad. It's not overly that great, but the soundtrack is actually pretty dope. You got Snoop Dogg and Corrupt on here with Ride On Caught Up. It's a pretty cool track, man. You got Gangstar with Work on here. You got some Mac 10, Do or Die. You got the fucking Lost Boys on here. The Loonies, Daz and Corrupt. You got Killa Priest with Cross My Heart is actually on here from Heavy Mental. You got Ayo, the Reggae remix, KRS-One. AZ and Jermaine Dupri, I remember that song sucking though. And more Loonies and stuff. But it's not a bad soundtrack, actually. It flows pretty good. It's got some pretty cool samples from the film in there and stuff. So, yeah, anyways, number 20, Caught Up. Fucking throw these over here, I guess. Number 19, a fucking hilarious comedy, Don't Be a Menace to South Central, Drinking Your Juice in the Hood. Yeah, I've always liked the soundtrack, man. I thought it was pretty fucking cool. It's got Winter Wars, of course, by the Ghostface Killah, Master Killah, You God, Raekwon, and Capadonna. Capadonna's verse in that song is actually one of my favorite verses of all time. And, of course, that's off of, Ghostface Killah's Iron Man album. You got Renee on here from by the Lost Boys, of course, from their album, too. The Little Bud Into Zone song on here, Funky Sounds, it's just some fucking West Coast shit, man. It's pretty fucking fun. Who else we got on here that's really dope? Eric Sermon with Maintain is cool. You got some Shock G's featuring the Loonies. Underground Kings, Live Wires Connect with Keith Murray and Lord Jamar. Fucking love that track, man. You got some Mobb Deep, Up North Trip, Dougie Fresh, some Blue Raspberry, which I believe is, it's an R&B song, but I think Blue Raspberry is the RZA's cousin, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's true. Anyways, Don't Be a Menace. Very cool soundtrack. Used to bump that a lot back in the day. This is probably the newest soundtrack on this list. It's called Whole Train. I think I've talked about this before. It's a German Graf movie called Whole Train. It's a great film. If you've never seen it, definitely seek that one out. Anyways, the soundtrack consists of, it's got KRS-One, Elda Sensei, Grand Agent, OC, Acrobatic, Afaru, Planet Asia, Reef the Lost Cause, Tame One. Like, it's filled. It's short, but it's fun, and it's fucking dope, man. I'd never seen anyone really talk about the movie or the soundtrack. It kind of got overlooked, I think, but it's cool. What is this? Number 17. I'm going to do this. I'm going to lose count like I always do. Number 17, Rhyme and Reason. This is a documentary style film. If you've never seen Rhyme and Reason, definitely check it out. It's fucking very cool. Gives you some insight to, hip-hop, MCing, and shit like that. I actually haven't watched it in a long time. I just remember, it was like hip-hop conventions and shit like that. Anyways, this one's featuring Mac 10, you got Dog Pound, you got Busta Rhymes, Tribe Called Quest, 8-Ball, MJG, Ross Koss, Help Skelter, Cannabis, Crucial Conflict, E40, The RZA, MC8, Lost Boys, KRS-One, Master P, Volume 10, Guru, you got the Delinquent Habits on here. Very cool stuff, man. I fucking always loved the RZA's Tragedy song on here, man. I thought it was just fantastic. One of my favorite tracks on here. Nothing But the Cabbie, hit by Mac 10 with Dog Pound. Yeah, if you like that West Coast shit, man, that's pretty fucking dope track. Yeah, 8-Ball and MGG's Rhyme for Reason's dope too. Very cool soundtrack. I believe it's number 16 here. And The Show, this is like another kind of documentary kind of style deal. Very cool stuff. Yeah, The Show. I love the original Tupac My Block, the song My Block on here. It's fucking awesome. Great track. You got a lot of interludes and shit on here. It's kind of a weird, structured soundtrack. Method Man and Redman's How High is on here. You got Everyday Thing by Bone Thugs and Harmony. You got lots of fucking interludes in here, man. Dub Shack, Summertime, and the LBC's on here. You got South Central Cartel Productions, so what he's saying, it's like just a mashup of like a whole pile of people in there. Jail Felonies on here. LL Cool J, Tribe Called Quest, Glamour and Glitz, that's where the song comes from, is here. Notorious B.I.G., Me and My Bitch, live from Philly. It's okay. I'm not really a big fan of listening to live record, like hip-hop records, but they always sound muffled and shitty to me, for the most part. But, you know, this one's pretty cool, man. I actually really enjoy the soundtrack. Not bad. How High probably being the best song on there. Number, I don't know, 15, 14. Number 14, Gang Related. This is released by Death Row Records. Yeah, so it's featuring pretty much all the Death Row record cats at the time. You know, you got Daz, Tupac, Cube on here, Mac 10, and so on. Pretty cool soundtrack. I know a lot of people were shitting on this one when it first came out, but I think it's pretty good. It came out post Tupac death, I believe. Yeah, definitely good. But yeah, you know, it's got some pretty good songs on here. I actually just really enjoy it. Started through my review, it's a cool song by Pac and the Outlaws. 14, number 13, yeah. So I don't really know what number I'm on. I'll just get into the top 10. Next up is Judgement Nights. This is one of those. This was a soundtrack that always kind of blew me away. Just the combination of artists that were doing songs together. You know, you got Helmet, House of Pain, the Teenage Fan Club, and De La Soul, Living Color, and Run DMC, Biohazard and Onyx, Slayer and Ice-T, Faith No More and Booyah Tribe, Sonic Youth, Cypress Hill, Mudhoney and Sir Mix-a-Lot, Dinosaur Jr. and Double Funk Homo Sapien, Therapy and Fatal, and Pearl Jam and Cypress Hill. So it was a mashup of like rock and metal with hip-hop, and this one really did work though. There were some really fucking fantastic songs. My favorite song on the album being Missing Link by Dinosaur Jr. and Double Funk Homo Sapien. That's probably really the most like hip-hop sounding track on the album. Teenage Fan Club and De La Soul, Fallen is pretty hip-hoppy sounding, but you know, Slayer and Ice-T, it's very metal, but movie's cool. It's not as good as some people make it out to be, but it is fun. The soundtrack, better though, in my opinion. One of my favorite hip-hop comedies of all time, CB4, absolutely fucking love this movie. Soundtrack is great. You know, you got Public Enemy on here, you got Boogie Down Productions, MC Ren, which is Mayday on the Frontline by MC Ren, is fucking amazing, love that track. You got Fushnikin's Lifeline by Parental Advisory, fucking dope track. You got some really whack PM Dawn on here. The Blackstreet song, whatever. And then you got songs by CB4, which were written and performed by... Oh, dude, I'm just totally blanking right now. Why am I blanking on that? I have no idea why I cannot think of who actually performed those songs. Daddy-O. That's right. Daddy-O and High C were doing those tracks. And rappers like, of course, Kool Moe Dee was on that track. Daddy-O and High C, a couple West Coast cats. But yeah, the parodies are funny as hell. CB4, great movies and soundtrack. Another comedy, hip-hop related kind of film, Who's the Man? Starring Dr. Dre and Ed Lover, the funny fucking comedy duo. And also, why am I blanking on his name right now? I can't fucking think of his name. Anyways, soundtrack on here. It's got some really cool shit. This is where Party and Bullshit came from. Notorious B.I.G. This is, I believe, his very first song released on an actual official release. You got some Jodeci on here. P-Rock and Still Smooth, Eric Sermon, Heavy D, House of Pain, Father MC. Father MC, man, so whack, but hilarious. I think Father MC actually posed in Playgirl. Don't ask me why I know that. I think that's just fucking ridiculous. And you got the last track on here, Ease Up, done by Third Eye and Group Home. That's fucking pretty fucking cool shit right there. Yeah, cool soundtrack, man. And before I get into the top 10, this is number 11, Fear of a Black Planet. This is basically the equivalency of the hip-hop version of Spinal Tap is what it is, really. This is fucking hilarious, man. The guy that wrote and performed these songs in this are just so fucking funny. They're all parodies, so you recognize every single beat on here. Like Ice Froggy Frog has the beat of like Snoop Dogg, What's My Name by Snoop, and so on. Like Gorillas in the Midst, you know, Booty Juice, Fuck the Security Guards, Grandma Says, Kick Your Black Ass, Grab Your Stuff, My Peanuts, White Cops on Dope, Come Get the P-U-S-S-Y. Fuck, man, this movie is absolutely fucking hilarious. If you've never seen this shit, man, run out and get a copy, man. It's so awesome. Soundtrack fucking rules, man. I think it's so funny. Awesome shit right there. Ugh. Yeah. Anyways, into the top 10, which I did not flip around here. So yeah, definitely run out and check out some of the soundtracks if you haven't. I'm sure most of the people watching this have heard all these soundtracks and probably own all these soundtracks too. But that's besides the point. Juice, number 10. Fantastic movie. The film debut by Tupac Shakur plays the fucking crazy-ass bastard in this. I absolutely love this film. I love the DJ aspect of it. It's very hip-hop to me. The opening track on the soundtrack by Naughty by Nature, Uptown Anthem, is just a fucking phenomenal song. Probably my top 3 favorite Naughty songs of all time. I just love that track. Next up, you got Juice Nova Ledge, performed by Eric B. and Rakim. You got some more Teddy Riley on here. Teddy Riley showed up on a ton of fucking early 90s soundtracks, of course, from Blackstreet and shit. MC Pooh was on here, Sex, Money, Murder, produced by Ant Banks. Big Daddy Kane, Enough Respect. I fucking love that song. It's my favorite song on this soundtrack. So You Want to Be Gangster by Too Short. You got some EPMD on here. Salt and Peppa, Cypress Hill, who was labeled as Cypress Hill Crew on here at the time. Juvenile Committee, Son of Berserk. You got Raheem on here. Very cool soundtrack. Awesome movie. Everybody knows that shit. Check it out. Now the soundtrack that's playing in the background right now is Trespass. You know, this isn't my favorite movie in the world. I do like it. I do own it. But I love the soundtrack, man. The lineup on this one is just fucking amazing. And, yeah. Awesome shit. Trespass. Done by Ice-T and Ice Cube. I wish Ice-T and Ice Cube had done more songs in their career together. I think they should have formed a group, man. I mean, really, Ice-T and Ice Cube literally fucking go together. I mean, they should have done something together. Public Enemy on here. Ice-T with Daddy Nitro, Depths of Hell. Check My Bank by Sir Mix-a-Lot. Say what you want about Mix-a-Lot, but his shit was entertaining as fuck back in the day. The Penthouse Players Clique, I'm a Player. Very dope group from the West Coast. You got Black Sheep on the Wall. I love that Black Sheep track. It's fucking phenomenal. AMG on here. Gangstar, Lord Finesse, Donald D, WC in a Mad Circle. Yeah, that's a phenomenal fucking soundtrack right there. Very, very cool shit. Number 8 is an anthology film that I absolutely fucking adore. I talk about this all the time on Horror Side on my channel if you ever watch my videos. But if you don't, you know I love the movie and I love the soundtrack, Tales from the Hood. It's just dark as shit, man. It's got, I think, 3 or 4 stories in the film. I can't remember right now. But yeah, the soundtrack featuring, you got the Wu-Tang Clan on here, Face Mob, Scarface, Domino, Spice One, Old Dirty Bastard, The Grinch and Mean One, Havoc and Prodigy, MC8, The Grave Diggers, Buki, Locke, The Click, you know, shit like that, man. I fucking love it. Born to Die by Spice One is just hard as fuck, man. It's just hard as fuck. It's awesome. I love the soundtrack, though, man. It's great. Great shit. I swear to God, I'm going to lose my shit with my dogs today. I've had to reshoot so many videos today because they've been going so fucking... Ugh. Anyways. Number 7? I don't know. Anyways, doesn't matter. High School High. Funny-ass, you know, hood comedy. Yeah. Starring, the fuck is his face? Oh my God, dude, I'm blanking on names so bad today. But anyway, soundtrack consisting of, I love the song, the Wu Wear song, the RZA featuring Method Man and Capadonna. Wu Wear's dope. Real Lives on here, which is fucking amazing. Large Pro and Pete Rock, The Rap World. That's actually one of my favorite songs of all time. I fucking love that song, man. Just classic Pete Rock and classic Large Professor. Lil' Kim with Queen Bitch, not a fan of her. Spice One, E40 to Click, good song. De La Soul's on here, you got Karis One. Tribe Called Quest, more Jodeci, Artifacts, Sadad X. Grand Poobah, you got Scarface with Face Mob, Inspected Deck, Semi-Automatic, Full Rap Metal Jacket. Fucking love that track, man. Got some Roots on here, and the Quad City DJs, just to top it off, because that song is whack as fuck, but fun soundtrack, cool, funny-ass movie. High School High. I love the Karis One song on here, High School Rock. Fucking dope, man. Was that like a fucking out loud censor on the Sir Mix-a-Lot song? That's hilarious. Anyways, Soul in the Hole. This is a very cool movie documentary about, you know, basketball. Very cool soundtrack though, man. Who do we got on here? Dead Prez, the Wu-Tang Clan, Sauce Money, M.O.P., Big Punisher, also known as Big Pun, Exhibit, the Dwellers, also known as the Cellar Dwellers, Mobb Deep, Common, Brand Nubian, Coco Brellas, also known as Smith & Wesson, the Wu All-Stars, which is just a collab of Wu members, Dark Mind, Organized Confusion, and OC to top that shit off. Phenomenal soundtrack. I really fucking love You Ain't a Killer, man. I'm glad the Big Pun put that on his album, Capital Punishment. Fucking love that shit. Los Angeles Times by Exhibit, amazing shit right there. Brand Nubian, A Child Was Born, that's the original version of the song. There is a remix on one of their albums that came out a few years back. Organized Confusion, fucking amazing. Your Life by OC. Against the Grain is dope by Sauce Money. I'm not a big Sauce Money fan, but I do like that track. Everything that the Cellar Dwellers put out, man, I fucking love, man. I'm a big fan of them. Diesel by the Clan is cool. But yeah, Ride is good by MLP, but nothing beats You Ain't a Killer, man. God bless Big Pun, man. That fucking guy could rap. Now, Murder Was the Case soundtrack. Now, you're probably wondering, what the fuck? If you've never seen it, it is basically a short movie, hence music video. It's like a 20-minute video or something like that. But yeah, this is the soundtrack to it. Everybody knows this shit. We got Snoop on here, Dre and Ice Cube, Natural Born Killers. I fucking love that song. What Would You Do by the Dog Pound? You got fucking everybody on here from the. I love that Dollars and Cents is on here. The DJ Quick diss to MC8. I fucking love that track. I'm a big MC8 Compton's Most Wanted fan, but you know, I never took sides when I was listening to these disses back and forth. They were entertaining. Dollars and Cents, in my opinion, is probably the best out of all the diss tracks. That's a phenomenal fucking track, man. You better recognize by Sam Snead and Dre on here. I mean, everybody knows this shit. It's fucking classic Death Row shit. Everybody should own this one. Next up is WYLDSTYLE. You know, brought out 2 copies. This is the 25th anniversary edition, and this is the original CD. This is just basically a bunch of instrumentals and, you know, freestyle raps and shit like that. This is the extended version. It's got a lot more into it. Very, very fucking awesome. One of my favorite movies of all time. As you know, I rock the WYLDSTYLE tattoo somewhere back here, if you can see that. I love graph. I wish I could actually do it myself. I have absolutely no artistic value to my existence, but yeah, WYLDSTYLE, amazing shit. Next up, I guess my top 3 here. In at number 3, the New Jersey Drive soundtrack. This is Volume 1 and Volume 2. Yeah, I'm not really too sure why they didn't just make it a double disc. It's kind of fucking silly. But I remember the weird thing back in the day. I remember Part 2, Volume 2 being more expensive than the one with more songs. I could never. I don't know if that was a pricing error. I don't fucking know. Illinois Scratch, Redman, you got fucking Black Panther, Young Lay, Mac Ball, and Ray Love, All About the Fetty, fucking love that track. Total featuring B.I.G., Can't You See? It's actually a pretty good song. Lords of the Underground, Poets of Darkness, Undercover, Outkast, Heavy D, Queen Latifah, Keith Murray, MC8, Coolio, that's right, and Smooth, Amaze. Coolio's song is actually pretty dope on here. My favorite song on this part of the soundtrack is probably Don't Shut Down on a Player by Illinois Scratch, or East Left by Keith Murray. I fucking love that song, man. It's sick, man. All About the Fetty by the West Coast Cats is really dope, too. Good start. The second part of the second volume only has 8 tracks on it. My favorite song on here is gotta be Invasion by J. Rue the Damage. I fucking love J. Rue. But you know, it's got Nobody Beat the Biz by Biz Markie on here. It's kind of random. Connections by Naughty by Nature is dope. Black Moon and Smith & Wesson, Heads Ain't Ready, fucking dope. The E-Bros by Funky P. Oh, God. Funky Piano by E-Bros. I love that track, man. It's just phenomenal. OC and Organized Confusion. And you got the Flip Squad All-Stars featuring Funkmaster Flex and Big Cap. Flip Squad's in the house. Yeah. But I highly recommend this. This is really fucking just classic shit. I absolutely love this fucking movie too, man. Great shit right there. In at number 2 is a movie that I've watched so many fucking times in my life. So many times in my life. And you know, it still gets me every time I watch it. But the soundtrack is so fitting to it. And that is Menace to motherfucking Society. Shit starts out with a bang. Spice One, Trigger Got No Heart. Absolutely fucking love that song. My favorite soundtrack song of all time is Straight Up Menace by MC8. That song depicts the movie perfectly. You know, every verse it's structured, you know, the beginning, middle, and end for the 3 verses, and it tells the... If you've never seen the movie, you just listen to the fucking song, really. It's the best soundtrack song, in my opinion, of all time. Packing a Gun by Ant Banks. Everybody knows my opinions on Banks. I fucking love him. Too Short, Only Strong Survive. Miss Kilo is on here, All Over a Hoe. It's kind of a funny song. The Lynch Mob's on here. Got Brand Nubian with Lick Them Motherfuckers. I love that song, man. It's so gangster. Death Becomes You with Pete Rock, Still Smooth, and the YGs. Phenomenal fucking song. Boogie Down Productions with P is Still Free. It's kind of a random song on here. Cutthroats. Don't know whatever happened to the Cutthroats. They were kind of like the Hood Rats, kind of meets like Onyx kind of style, that kind of shit. Underground Kings, Pocket Full of Stones. Yeah, from way back in the day. Yes, the Underground Kings were out. I think they came out in 1991, I believe, or 1990. Yeah. And DJ Quick, You Can't Fuck With a Nigga. Love that track, man. It's fucking dope. DJ Quick always came with the shit, man. I love DJ Quick. Amazing shit. Everybody should know that. On to my number 1 soundtrack of all time is actually one of my... probably my favorite comedy of all time. I've watched this movie hundreds of millions of times. You know, if I were to compile a best movie list of all time, horror, I mean all genres put together, this would probably be my top 10 for sure. But lists are for dummies, like I always say. Anyways, number 1 is Friday. Fucking can never say enough good things about the movie, but the soundtrack itself just, it works so perfectly in the film. Ice Cube's Friday is amazing. Dr. Dre's Keep Their Heads Ringing. You know, I've always wondered, because, I don't know, maybe it does say in the credits, but... Oh, okay. It does actually say. This is Dre's MC J-Flex. Okay. I always wondered who wrote that song, because you know Dre's really never wrote any of his own lyrics. But I think I've checked this out before, but yeah, Sam Snead definitely wrote Keep Their Heads Ringing. I mean, you can tell the lyrical flow in that song is just something that, you know, Dre wasn't coming up with himself, but Keep Their Heads Ringing, I love that track, man. So, Scarface, Friday Night, amazing. Threat, Letting Niggas Know is a fucking dope song. Roll It Up, Light It Up, Smoke It Up by Cypress Hill, amazing. Followed by Take a Hit, of course, in sequence. Mac 10, the Isley Brothers, Trying to See Another Day, I fucking love the Isley Brothers. Bootsy Collins, You Got Me Wide Open, Rick James with Mary Jane, the most sampled hip-hop sample of all fucking time. I Want to Get Next to You by Rolls Royce. Funk Dubious, Superhose, amazing track. Alcoholics, Coast to Coast. Blast If I Have To by ESKI. Yeah, I just fucking love when that song comes in the movie, man. It's so dope. Two Live Crew, Hoochie Mama with fucking Ice Cube's crazy ass bitch in the movie. And Roger Troutman with I Heard It Through the Grapevine, another fantastic song. There is a part 2, I guess you could say, to the soundtrack too, and it's basically all the R&B songs and the other songs that are in the movie that aren't on this. I do not actually own that, which is very ignorant of me because I love the soundtrack and I love all the songs that are on the other part of it, so that's kind of fucking silly. Anyways, that is going to do it for this video. I hope this didn't go on too long. I know that we're on Black Sheep on the soundtrack, so it's got to be at least 20 minutes in right now. Sorry for the length of the video. Hope you enjoyed it. But anyways, check out these soundtracks if you've never heard them before. If I forgot one of your favorite soundtracks, don't hold it against me. This is just a personal list. I know Boys in the Hood wasn't in there. I'm not really the hugest fan of that soundtrack, to be honest. It does have some cool cuts on it. I love How to Survive in South Central by Ice Cube. It's one of my favorite Cube songs. But I just find these ones better. So, with that said, leave comments. Peace out, homies.